This broadcast is sponsored by
BetterHelp. I've been in therapy since my 20s, and it's made a huge difference in my life. There were so many nights where I struggled mentally and emotionally, growing up being bullied, losing relationships. My life is still not perfect, but therapy has really helped me get to a better place. And that's why I believe everyone deserves access to it. We've all faced hardships. We've all had those days where it feels impossible to keep going. And that's where BetterHelp comes in. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, making professional help accessible and convenient. All you have to do is fill out a questionnaire, and they'll match you with a licensed therapist who fits every one of your needs. From there, you can talk to them however you feel comfortable, through video call, through phone, or even chat.
BetterHelp accepts both HSA and FSA cards, making it even easier to prioritize your mental health. In 2024 alone, over 137,000 people used their HSA or FSA benefits for therapy through BetterHelp. So be sure to use yours before they expire.
So I encourage you all to take that first step by going to betterhelp.com/justalex. Take care of yourself mentally, and everything else will fall into place. So don't wait. Go to betterhelp.com/justalex and start your journey today.
We are 2 weeks away from Survivor Series 2025 WarGames. Things are shaping up and some surprising changes. And we're going to talk about it right here in Alyx's World. Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is your WWE Friday Night SmackDown review, recap, reaction. If you're ready, let's not waste any time. Let's talk about it. I thought this episode was pretty solid. A lot of people didn't like last week's episode. I didn't either. Went on a bit of a rant, kind of lost my temper just a little bit. This one, we had some developments. I'm feeling a bit better about Survivor Series, although I'm just going to be honest with you. After seeing AEW's Blood and Guts show, which easily was their best Dynamite all year, or at least one of the best Dynamites all year, the blood and literal guts we saw a man go through a flaming table, for Christ's sake. I don't really see things working out.
I'ma start with this and see where people go off this. Also, there's a chance of a new champion.
Oh yeah, we already know. Noel Jimenez says he's coming for your belt. Will the almighty SD Kai be able to defend his belt? We'll have to see. But getting back to what I was saying, I'm a little worried about WarGames because we saw one of the most bloodiest, most brutal matches from AEW in a long time. The women's match especially was easily the bloodiest and the goriest WarGames / Blood and Guts match that we'll probably see this year. And I think following that, WWE has some shoes to fill because the concept of WarGames is meant to be a violent match. Anytime you have Hell in a Cell or a cage match, there has to be blood. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, we saw that last year with the match of the year. CM Punk and Drew both bled buckets. If we're going to do a Hell in a Cell match, if we're going to do a WarGames match, you gotta have blood. Do you have to have thumbtacks? Do you have to have broken glass? Do you have to have a bed of nails or a flaming table? No. You can, but you have to have blood. Blood is essential. If you're not going to have these men bleed, personally, I would rather not do WarGames. I think we're at the point now, especially with Triple H, if we're going to continue this concept, you have to up the ante. You have to let people know this is a violent match. And it's going to take years off your life. And so I think they see that. They understand that. I hope that they can deliver. I'm a little bit worried that AEW has, and this is just how I view it, has set the bar a little too high. And WWE is probably going to have to eat this L, take this L, knowing that their match is not going to be as good. But I still think it can be a good show. And it could be a good War Games, both men and the women. Just to kind of talk about what went over on this show, Charlotte Flair dipped from her team. It was supposed to be Team Rhea versus Team Nia, I guess, or Team Kabuki. Charlotte dipped. She's like, I'm not teaming with Rhea. Okay. So I guess they lose the tag team belts. And now Charlotte is going back to being a heel? Or is this a swerve where she'll probably end up joining them anyways? Or have someone else join? Maybe Bianca's coming back. We'll see. But that was interesting. I like that Charlotte defected and said, I'm not teaming with Rhea Ripley. Screw that hoe. And so now there's some drama. It's supposed to be 4-on-4, and they're down a woman. Yikes, what's going to happen there? Are we going to Raw to get a Bayley? Maybe a Lyra and Bayley. Make it 5-on-5. Is it still 5-on-5 for the women? And then they'll add Becky Lynch to the other team to spice things up. We'll see. But I'm thinking it's 4-on-4 for the women only. But that's interesting. I did like that they added that little wrinkle in there. Because, me personally, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, the whole driving force of their tag team was this idea that eventually they were going to break up and become rivals, enemies. They're just friends for now, but they were destined to be enemies later on. So, yeah, Charlotte should go heel. I would love it, watch this, if Charlotte joined the heel team. If we have Charlotte show up, they got 2 weeks, right? Yeah, we can do this next week. We have Charlotte show up next week, acting like she's going to be a part of the babyface team, and then she joins the heel team, and then we add Bayley and Lyra on the babyface side to make things a little bit more interesting. Hey, I think it would be great. Still have 5-on-5 if you want to do it that way. You don't need to involve Becky there. You already got Charlotte involved with the picture. Just flip her heel. That's what I would do, just to make things interesting. We got the mystery opponent revealed to be none other than Zack freaking Ryder. Zack Ryder returns to take on L.A. Knight. Yeah. And it was nice to see him get that reaction. People haven't forgotten about him. Now, Matt Cardona is so much better than Zack Ryder, just so we're clear. And I'm pretty sure the only reason why they're calling him Zack Ryder is copyrights. You know, WWE gets more money calling him Zack Ryder than Matt Cardona, because they can still make money off of Zack Ryder merchandise. I got it, right? Still, it was nice seeing him. I knew he wasn't beating LA Knight. LA Knight beats him, great. And then Jey Uso beat The Miz. So they advanced in the tournament. We'll talk about the actual lineup and also ask some questions, because I'm still not sure what we're doing here. I was kind of hoping we would set up a bracket of some sort. There is no bracket. There isn't any kind of a structure to this tournament. We just have people winning the first round. That's it. We don't even know exactly how this is going to go. Are we going to do triple threat matches? Are we going to do fatal four-way matches? Are they all going to be in a battle royale? Like, how are we going to determine the final opponent for John Cena? Because I'm still looking to see who that mystery opponent is on Raw. So I have an idea of who it is. You're not going to like it. I kind of want it to be Obafemi. Not even kinda. I want it to be Obafemi. If you have Obafemi be the mystery opponent, come on, man. Oh, that's going to make things so much more interesting. Because I believe John Cena should lose his last match. I just don't think it should be to someone like Gunther. Can we talk about it? Can I talk about it? I know a lot of you watch Solid Monster. I know a lot of you watch JD from NY. I know a lot of you watch these other content creators who are pushing Gunther hard. Gunther needs to win. Gunther! Nah, 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 nah. Right? Gunther's going to get the rub from ending John Cena's career, and he's going to be the ultimate heel. Like Brock Lesnar was when he ended The Undertaker's streak, right? He ends Goldberg's career and then ends John Cena's career. I'm going to have to pause on that one. And let me just say this. It's nothing against Gunther. I believe, with all due respect, he's definitely one of the best wrestlers we have, but he doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. Look at him. Longest reigning IC champion in WWE history, 2-time World Heavyweight Champion, King of the Ring, ended Goldberg's career. Like, for real, like, what else do you want to give him? Jesus Christ. I think he's established enough. He can go on to win a Royal Rumble, main event WrestleMania later. All right? He doesn't need to end John Cena's career too. Let someone else have that. No, for real. Whoever wins this tournament should be someone who actually needs it. For example, Sheamus. Sheamus, if the idea is to have John Cena go into his final match as the IC champ, you could set up a story where Sheamus, SD Kai is definitely looking to retain his belt tonight, which I appreciate. The almighty SD Kai.
Oba came to NXT and it looks like he will face Starks for the title. Last Tuesday. Also, Saul Ruka is cleared to wrestle again.
Okay, so they're going to run back Oba Femi and Stark. That doesn't mean he can't also do something on the main roster. Just an idea. But getting back to what I was saying about Sheamus, like if the idea is to have John Cena go into his final match as the IC champ, you can have Sheamus be the guy that dethrones him, and now Sheamus is the Grand Slam champ, is a Grand Slam champ in WWE, which is what he needs. I also thought about the mystery opponent just being Dominic Mysterio. Have Dominic Mysterio be the mystery opponent and then have him win the tournament and then beat John Cena, get his title back. I'm cool with that too. Although I would rather it just be Dominic Mysterio. But let's just be real. I think we all know who the mystery opponent is. It was announced, when was it? Earlier today, that Joe Hendry, say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry has signed with the WWE. And so therefore, Joe Hendry will most likely be the mystery opponent. You know what? I don't hate it. It's just one of those things where, well, number one, if it's Joe Hendry that wins the tournament, he's not beating John Cena. He'll put over John Cena on his way out, if anything else. So there's that. But also, I don't know, like, Joe Hendry was popular. He was one of those talents that was popular because he wasn't signed by WWE, right? His whole aura, what's the word I'm looking for? His whole shtick was, I'm popular, I'm over, I got myself over, self-made, without WWE. And now that guy is going to go be in the machine. And so, is it going to be as popular? That's one of those things I was a bit worried about with a Joe Hendry and others coming from TNA. Some of these guys got over because they didn't have the WWE machine pushing them to the top, right?
First off, keep up the amazing work you are doing, Alyx. Is Zack Ryder back full-time or was it cameo?
I think it was a cameo. I don't know if he's full-time. He's fully back. Let me look into that. By the way, Brad Cheney, I think, is tied with SD Kai, so they're tied. I'm not too sure what currency that is, but I'm pretty sure that is $10. So you guys are tied at $10 a piece. But I hope whoever they choose, someone said Jeff Hardy. I would love it to be Jeff Hardy. Joe Hendry is somebody that I think is going to be interesting to watch because his whole shtick was, I'm a self-made man without the WWE machine. Now that you're in WWE, are you going to be as popular? Are you going to get over as strongly? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We also saw what's looking like Survivor Series 5-on-5 returning, which I miss. I'm thinking it's going to be Sami Zayn, it's going to be Phoenix, Nakamura, and MCMG, Motor City Machine Guns, taking on, of course, the My Family Tree, the MFTs. So 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. That's coming back, which I'm excited about. Maybe we do a women's match too? Do a 5-on-5 for the women? So now you have a 5-on-5 for the men, 5-on-5 for the women, and then the 2 WarGames matches. I don't hate it. You might have to throw in a singles match. One singles match in there, but yeah. Why not? I'm cool with that. Are you cool with that? So that's going to be nice. Jay Cargill literally squashes, and I mean squashes B-Fab, as she should have. And it's looking like she's going to squash Mia Yim. Sounds good to me. And then the show ends with Drew McIntyre making his return after being suspended. And he's joining Team Vision. The Team Vision. Is that what we're calling it?
WWE doing Zack Ryder merch, so I see him staying.
Oh. Well, the Zack Ryder merch that they're doing, is it old merch or is it new merch? If it's new merch, yes, he is staying. And I think he might have signed full time. If it's old merch, they've already had that. SDK takes the lead with $12 to Brad Cheney's 10, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, $12. Yeah, I had a feeling when Cody got added, they were going to add Drew to the match as well. The men's match is going to be 5-on-5, which leaves one for Team Heyman, I guess Team Heyman, Team Vision, and another for what will soon become Team Roman. So Roman Reigns will be the 5th opponent, the 5th guy for the babyfaces, and then I'm assuming Brock Lesnar will be the 5th for the heels. So that's a hell of a lineup. Drew, Brock, and Vision, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Logan Paul. Oh, even with Logan Paul, that's a stacked-ass team. Versus Cody, Roman, the Usos, and CM Punk. Yeah, that's a stacked WarGames match. Again, it's got to have blood. I need to see red during this match. Otherwise, it's just going to fall short. It's going to fall short. WWE needs to understand that when you do these matches, you got to have color. What made CM Punk and Drew McIntyre work with their Hell in a Cell match was there was blood. And there was brutality to it. It was match of the year for me. Without question, the match of the year in 2024. If you have blood in this match, this could be match of the year. It's not going to be hard to beat if they have blood, honestly. So, yeah, I thought this show was good. Even the United States Open Challenge match, which was another great match, by the way. Ilya Dragunov continuing to, in my opinion, steal the show. Axiom, as I called it. If they were going to do Nathan Frazier, they're going to do Axiom. They're going to push off Ciampa. You know what? That should be the singles match. Ciampa versus Ilya Dragunov at Survivor Series. So that's an even 5, right? Women's WarGames, women's 5-on-5, United States Championship, Ilya Dragunov, Ciampa, and then men's 5-on-5, and then, of course, WarGames. Now, I'm surprised. Well, I think the plan was to do the Wyatt 6 versus the MFTs. But I forgot what it was. There was some family gathering, some family outing, or some kind of a family arrangement that Bo Dallas had to attend when it comes to, of course, Bray Wyatt passing away. And that's why he's not on TV. So, probably MFTs versus the Wyatt 6 would be put off for another date. Probably the Royal Rumble. So, yeah, there you go. That's your... And honestly, 5 matches for For this pay-per-view, it's perfectly fine. If you want to do that, they'll probably end up doing 4, but I would take 5 matches for this pay-per-view, especially if 2 of them is WarGames. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want too much on that show to clutter it. What y'all think? How we feel about that? So before we get to the SmackDown review, we do have some news to talk about. Sadly enough, it's looking like SmackDown is going back to 3 hours. We'll have to open up with that before we get to the SmackDown review. Not a fan of it. I think it sucks. But this is how they make their money. The longer the show, the more ads they'll have, the more money they make. And that's the only reason why they're doing it. It's looking like the first half of the year, 3 hours. The second half of the year, 2 hours. Fine. I guess that works, but... Oh, these shows are way too long. I'm sorry. Aren't these shows long enough? SmackDown doesn't have the roster for 3 hours. It barely has the roster for 2 hours. I'm struggling. I was struggling last week to get through SmackDown. And now you want to make it 3 hours? I can't do it, bro. But that's what's happening. We'll talk about that first before we get to the SmackDown review. But since I have you all here, thank you all so much for joining me. Yes, the International Superchat Championship is on the line. Currently, SD Kai is in the lead with $12. Right behind him is Brad Cheney. We'll have to see who comes out the winner. I am also looking for Noel Jimenez, who has said on Monday he coming for that belt. We also have to remember that Corpse-CA is sitting by, waiting in the wings, just waiting to pounce. But we'll definitely have to see who retains or regains or wins the championship. But before we get to that, let's plug the things. Let's say hello to the people, and then we'll move things along. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edit. Help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks if you would like to donate after the fact. You can. Also, let me know on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at Just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads, follow us on Discord, follow me on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer, and give me a follow on TikTok. For I am the tickest of the talkist. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and yes, Super Chats are officially on you. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries just to say hi and get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alyx guy? To join the club, get you an I'm a Just Alyx guy t-shirt. Yeah. Hot up the press! Also, get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Get you a new school Alyx is Well t-shirt and many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned. Join the cause. Expand the brand today right here in Alyx's world. Also, before I get to the shout outs and say hello to the mods, of course, I was just told by a new, let's just say, a silent assistant. Someone that's good at social media, who's good at SEO, who's good at, making sure people see your videos, see your streams. Let's just say he's a connoisseur of YouTube. He has told me that what really helps get live streams out is people interacting in the live chat. So if you are here watching, even if you're just watching just to say hi, I would really appreciate that you interact with people in the live chat. Talk it up. We got tons of topics. Matter of fact, give me your scores and give me your grades for Friday Night SmackDown. When you interact in the live chat, that sends a message to the YouTube gods to push the stream out because it feels active. So get to chat and say hello to the people. Talk to me. How was your day? What did you eat today? But for real, keep it focused on topic. Keep it focused on wrestling. But yeah, for real, give me your thoughts about SmackDown. And it's looking like right now, SD Kai, ladies and gentlemen, is in the lead with $12. I am definitely suspecting that we're going to see a Noel Jimenez appearance here. Maybe he's waiting in the wings to see what happens. I am also expecting to see a Corp CA. We'll see him appear. Will he participate, though? We don't know. Only he knows. But, yeah, let me get your scores. Let me get your grades. While you're at it, show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra! Shine Nice and Firestar Heart. Elias Ademi. New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl. Cleo does everything. Everything. Highway Dylan Danger. Dylan Danger. Teflon Don. The Mod Father. Zeno. Enigma. Big MGM. And Mrs. Firestar Heart. Angel Hollenbeck. Because they help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. Please be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. As you've seen, guys, the more you're chatting, the views go up. See how that works? The viewers are already going up because the YouTube algorithms is pushing it out. So keep on chatting. Who's here? Who's here? No, I don't see Noel right now, but I do see KB Brown. KB Brown dropped a whopping $50 on the AEW live stream. Hey, KB Brown, you want to come for this title? SD Kai's in the lead with $12. Maybe you can come for it. Give him a challenge, if you will. All right, who's here? Let me go up to the top. I see Zack Minger. What day is it? What day is it, Zack Minger? He says it's National Family PJ Day and National Pickle Day. When was the last time I had a pickle? It's been a minute. Pickles. I might go get one. I got Roger Peters. He says it's Joe Hendry. Yawn. Hey, Joe Hendry's... Let's not scoff at Joe Hendry, though. I see Nate Amstutz. What is it? Is it Amstutz? Good to have you here, Nate. YouTube member Dulcie Chatham. Joseph Winters. JJ, who let the dogs out? Who? JJ Bulldog. I also see Sean Swaby. Baby! Sean Swaby in his house. 1 second. Let me get some water. Of course, we got the almighty SD Kai, your current international super chat champ. Are you going to knock him off his throne? Well, I'll say this. If you come for the king, you best not miss. Speaking of kings, former world super chat champ is in his house. King Mike Tuds. Good to have you here. King Mike Tuds says the show was not bad. But here's my question, King Mike Tuds. Will you be coming for the world title at Survivor Series? It's been a minute since you've held that title. It might have to be yours again. Speaking of former champions, JB Snacking, get in my belly! JB Snacking, ladies and gentlemen, is also in his house. Another former champ. He says SmackDown has been good. I don't know about that, Chief. I thought SmackDown last week was pretty bad, but this week was better. I'll give you that. I'll give you this week. Your Highness King AJ, also in his house. I see, let me scroll down a little bit more. Aaron Teagle. Brad Cheney, of course, who donated. Good to have you here, Brad. I see Pikachu Black. I see, is that who I think it is? Is that Joe DeBennett? Woo! The Nature Boy. What up, Jody? I see Shadow Star. I see the Defiant BJG. That's a new one. King Mike Todd said, nah, I'm retired. I have a feeling one day he's going to come out of retirement. The only person that gets to retire is John Cena until he gets that paycheck. Hey, AJ, King AJ, if you want to be the king, you got to have a crown, my man. You got to have the crown. Let's see here, right here. SC Kai is challenging Ronwell and the Gallus to come for his title. We'll have to see what Ronwell does. I doubt Ronwell wants the belt. Soapy Dopey. I can't believe it's been 20 years since Eddie passed away. That's right. Yesterday was the 20-year anniversary for the passing of Eddie Guerrero. Latino Heat, rest in peace. For real. One of the greatest of all time. Will never be forgotten. Never be forgotten. Transcends generations. Everybody knows about Eddie. Everybody. Let's see here. Game Shock. Did not expect SmackDown to be 3 hours again. Well, guess what? That's what's happening. Let me see here. Is that it? I think well, one more. We'll do one more. Chris Wrestling Views. Chris Wrestling Views is here. Is it me or everybody that Tala Tonga is the new Kane? The new Kane. We'll have to see. And there's Corp CA, ladies and gentlemen. Corp CA's got the devil horns. Always lurking. You just never know what he's going to do. So as I said before, SDK is in the league with $12, right? I think, right? $12? Did anyone else donate? No. I was right. Okay, so SDK is in the lead with $12 right now. And that is the amount to beat if you want to be the new Superchat, International Superchat champ. Otherwise, it's looking like SDK might retain because I'm not seeing Noel Jimenez. Noel said he was coming for him. Well, we still got plenty of time. He might pop up at the end. We'll have to see what Corp CA does too. All right, so we're going to move things along, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, I said I would talk about SmackDown going 3 hours again, so let's just get it over with. So, WrestleVotes reported the following. WWE and USA Network had decided to move SmackDown back to 3 hours, beginning with the January 2nd show from Buffalo, New York. Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the term less is more couldn't be even more important. WWE has an issue with things being way too long. And it's funny to me. Why is it that with less matches, the pay-per-views feel longer? Right? Here's the problem with these 5-match, 4-match pay-per-views. When you have matches that go too long, it makes the show drag. When you have a 3-hour show, but it has 10 matches, it goes by really fast because a lot's happening. Right? Now, I'm not saying you should pack in 10 matches for 3 hours. That's a bit much. You could. I wouldn't do that, though. I'm saying the problem with SmackDown, well, not just SmackDown, WWE period, is that everything just feels drawn out. Right? You're filling up, oversaturating us with longer matches because you have this idea of long-term booking, spreading things out long-term. And so you have a major storyline that doesn't conclude until a year later, but we have like 100 hours of content to get through before we get to the main point. You feel burnt out. And so now that we're going away from 2 hours, which honestly, I'm not going to lie, even that was starting to drag for me. SmackDown has not been great. With 2 hours, it hasn't been great. What makes you think it's going to be even better with 3? Oh, God, that scares me. 3 hours? Oh. The creative team needs to do a better job of making these shows more interesting, must see. Packing these shows up, filling these shows up with more engaging storytelling, more engaging storylines, with characters that we can be invested in. Because currently, right now, it ain't it. What women's division? Jade Cargill's great, but what women's division? I also have to ask, what tag team division? What happened to the tag team division? The Wyatt Six are the champs. No, they're not. Yes, they are. The Wyatt Six are the champs. See, I even forgot that they were the champs. What tag team division? What happened to that? That used to be the heart and soul. That used to be the best part of SmackDown. So everything just feels like it's drawn out, filler, and now you want to make the shows even longer, which is just more filler. If we're going to add more hours, I'm going to need them to do a better job of structuring the shows and making them much more entertaining. Road Dogg, him as head creative, I'm sorry, he's just not it, bud. He's just not it. I get that that's Triple H. That's his friend. That's Triple H's buddy, and he wants to make sure he has a job, and that's all right. But nah, like he's not cut out for this. He's just not. So I am looking for, and again, we might see this after WrestleMania, but I am looking for some call-ups from NXT. Cause damn it, if we're going back to 3 hours, we need NXT to be called up. We need those NXT call-ups badly. Badly. This ain't enough. These shows feel so bloated. It burns you out as a viewer. It really does burn you out. It burns me out. I feel burnt out after every. And you know what? Raw's better, but even after Raw, I feel burnt out. Can we not make these shows longer? JJ Bulldog says SmackDown's going to suck again. Honestly, and I'm being real with you, in my opinion, SmackDown already sucks. So it's just going to suck more. It wasn't bad tonight, but that's because we had some Raw talent over. And we also had the tournament with John Cena. You're not going to have that in January. John Cena's going to be gone. No more John Cena next year. My goodness, no more John Cena. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? But I guess we'll figure that out, right? We will definitely figure that part out. But yeah, there you go. 3 hours of SmackDown. Other news that I saw. Chris Jericho. Did y'all happen to see Chris Jericho's critique on AEW? So recently, Chris...
Dragunov 30 minutes open challenges RAGHHHHHH.
Honestly, I'll take it. If it means I have to sit through 3 hours, just give me more Dragunov. I'll take that. SC Kai has jumped to $17 with that donation. But Chris Jericho, on his podcast, Talk Is Jericho, was talking about TNA. He was talking about Bound for Glory and how that show felt like a major second company, like a secondary wrestling promotion. And let me read to you what he actually said when talking about TNA's second biggest crowd that they've done. I think it actually was their biggest crowd. What was their first biggest crowd? Anyways, Chris Jericho says that crowd looked huge. It looked huge. It was like a WWE level crowd. That place was packed. I was watching this and not saying anything out of school here, but comparing it to watching Dynamite when they were at the ECW arena, which looked like a Tony Condello taping. Sorry, it did. TNA looked like the second biggest company in the world. And that was amazing. And the presentation was amazing. What you say, Chris Jericho? You said TNA looked like the second biggest company in the world? Uh-oh. Y'all see it coming, right? It's a wrap. We can all just conclude right here, right now, that Jericho's done with AEW. He's done. And I mean this too. It's probably good that he ends his career in WWE. Because quite frankly, they're not using him in AEW. And that learning tree shit was so bad. I think he needs to leave to rub off the stink. Everything that Chris Jericho did in AEW was amazing. Up until we got to the learning tree. That was garbage. That was terrible. So him going back to WWE will refresh him, give him a fresh coat of paint, and make things a lot more interesting. So I am looking forward to seeing Chris Jericho come back. I think it's safe to say he is leaving AEW. And I also think it's safe to say he will be appearing in the Royal Rumble. I would think. Watch him show up in TNA. they're in partnership with WWE. That's crazy, though. That's crazy. Let's see here. TNA's largest crowd was 7,794 at Bound for Glory. Oh, so it was their largest crowd. Well, no, that can't be right. No, that's not their largest crowd. That's not their largest crowd. Hold on, let me see. Let me do this. I don't think their largest crowd was 7,000. I think it was bigger than that. What was TNA's largest crowd in history? Wrestling crowd. Let me see here. The largest crowd in North America. Wow. It actually was Bound for Glory. Get the hell out of here. What was their largest crowd, period? Across seas and domestic. Let me see. Yeah, I'm thinking it was somewhere in London. I'm shocked that... I'm actually shocked that they broke their record with Bound for Glory. Okay, it says here, according to available records, the largest reported attendance for TNA wrestling across all venues is 8,100 fans in London. There it is. That's what I thought. It was in London. What show was that? What show was that where they were in London and they did almost 10,000? Was that back in 2009? I'm thinking it was back in 2009.
Eyes, eyes, eyes.
Eyes, eyes, eyes. Noel Jimenez did show up after all and took the lead with $20. SD Kai is now in second place with 17. We might have ourselves a new international champion. Noel Jimenez. He's the number one stunner. Hey, he's the number one stunner. We'll go with that. We'll work that out. I like calling him the number one stunner. But yeah, 81,000 was what TNA did. That's their biggest crowd. Wow. Now let me see this too. I am curious to know where we're going to go with TNA after their partnership with WWE is done. Because they're going to sign everybody. They already signed Joe Hendry. They're going to sign the Hardys again. You know they got to sign the Hardy Boys one good time. I have a feeling that some of those NXT talents that left WWE, went to TNA, will probably be coming back, like the Cedric Alexanders and the Mustafa Alis and maybe even the Desmond Xaviers, Wesley's. Desmond Xavier is now in TNA. I think it's funny how a lot of these talents that got let go
SmackDown is my show.
Joel Jimenez just jumped to $40. All right, SD Kai, it looks like you might have to wrap it up, buddy. I think Noel has decided that it's his show now. All right, sir. Well, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you. If you want it, you got it. It's definitely something that I'm looking for.
If he wants the title, he has to earn it.
Okay, $60. Wait, no, this is SD Kai. So, no, never mind. That's 37. 37 to 40. SD Kai is $3 behind. He's not going to just let him have it, which I appreciate. It is a fight. But Noel's still in the lead with $3. I mean, it's going to be a fight. Definitely a fight. SD Kai is like, I'm not going to just let him have it like that. You better come with it. I love it. But I do feel like a lot of those TNA talents are going to come back to WWE.
Smirk.
Smirk. Now it's $60. Noel Jimenez is $60 to SD Kai's $37. Noel's just like, oh, that's cute. That's cute. You thought you was going to intimidate me with a measly $20. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is quite the battle. This is going to be fun. But yes, getting back to Chris Jericho. I think it's safe to say he's coming back to WWE. Mentioning TNA, you don't do that unless you're certain that you're on your way back. And with them bringing in Joe Hendry, who recently just signed, and we might even see, because I didn't look it up yet, but I'm going to do it in just a second, we might see Zack Ryder come back as well. So a lot of names are coming back, which is great. Is creative going to be able to use them? Chris Jericho coming back is great. Do we have creative lined up for him? If you don't, I'm terrified for what's to come for these talents. The creative machine needs to be on point, and right now, it's just not there. Hopefully, it gets better. I'm praying, hoping, getting on my knees and praying to God that it does get better. So, yeah, give me your thoughts about Chris Jericho coming back. Give me your thoughts about SmackDown going 3 hours. We're just going to have to work with it. It is what it is. But maybe it'll be good. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Friday night SmackDown. I believe we were live in Albany, New York, right? Yes, the MVP Arena, Albany, New York. I think, was it a sellout? Let me look at WrestleTix really quickly. I've been keeping up with sellouts pretty well, so let me keep doing it. Albany, New York was, what was it? It wasn't a sellout. They didn't sell out. They did 9,000. Now, that's not bad. Okay? Like, I think the last time they were there, they did around 12, 13. 9,000 is a dip, but it's not a big dip. Especially since ticket prices are way too goddamn high, WWE. So that's a pretty sizable crowd. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. So, of course, a lot of the focus was on the Last Time Is Now tournament, building the WarGames for men and women.
If he beats this, he'll win the title. If he does win, may he have an interesting reign. But at the end of their day, Corp CA will come for that titles.
SD Kai says the amount to beat is $87. Because that's what he just donated. Well, Noel Jimenez, you are at 60. He is at 87. Are you willing to go all the way? SD Kai says, that's it. I'm stopping at 87. So, Noel, you're at 60. The ball is in your court. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? But I will say this, though. Thank y'all so much for those donations. You have no idea how much that helps the channel and how much that helps me. So, let's go ahead and move things along here. They open up with Rhea, Io, Charlotte, and Alexa. They're coming out to talk about their opponents. And then Charlotte Flair gets on the microphone and says, I don't trust Rhea. I don't like Rhea. Too much bad blood. I'm out.
Tongue out.
So that puts Noel Jimenez at $80. SD Kai still in the lead with 87. If he donates another 20, they'll put him at 100, and that will basically net him the championship because SD Kai will have bowed out by then. So let's see what happens with that. But check this out. What I love...
That title is mine.
Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Noel takes the lead with $90 to 87 by SD Kai. It looks like we're going to get a new international champion. Wow. Noel Jimenez, I'm the number one stunner. Hey. Congrats, man. That's great. Well, it's not over yet. Hold up. It's not over yet. I just assumed it was going to be SD Kai and Noel Jimenez. We don't know what Corp CA is going to do. He's sitting right there. And who knows what he has planned or who else could step up and be like, mine. But right now, Noel Jimenez has taken the lead with $90, which means you have to donate 100, well, 95 to 100 to beat him. I wonder who's going to do it. That's insane. That's insane. But Charlotte Flair was like, I ain't doing it. I'm not working with Rhea, and said, deuces, I'm out. And yeah, she just dipped. Interesting development, but I like it. So as I've been talking about over the last month or so, I have not been a fan of Charlotte and Alexa. I feel like their tag team ran its course really quickly because the story was, can these two women get along, right? And the whole thing was eventually they were going to turn on each other. And throughout the few months, there wasn't really that heat between them. It was just very ho-hum, and they were friends, but not really. And here, it brings back that tension where Charlotte is just not getting along with Alexa anymore. She just dipped because they lost the tag team titles, which was the only thing keeping them together. So Charlotte said, I'm back to being a bitch. Fuck you, I'm out. And so now they're down a person. I would love it. This is probably not going to happen. But I don't know how many women are going to be in the match. I'm assuming it's 5-on-5. It might be 4-on-4. If they're still doing 5-on-5 for the women, I would love it if Charlotte showed up on Monday or Friday and joined the heels. Charlotte turns heel and joins the heel team, putting the baby faces at a disadvantage, and then we get Bayley and Lyra coming in. I would love that. I hope they do that. They're probably not going to do that. They're probably going to have either Charlotte does join anyways and keep it 4-on-4, or have Bianca Belair come in to be the fourth member. And then Charlotte goes heel later on. But let's see what they do with that. I'm happy it feels like they're breaking up Charlotte and Alexa, because I've been over that. Alexa needs to go. If Alexa's going to be a tag team, it needs to be with Nikki Cross. She needs to join the Wyatt Six and then tag team with Nikki Cross. That fits out. That actually fits a lot better. Or even better, Tatum Paxley. Is that her name? Who's the NXT Women's Champ again? I think I say her name right. Hold up. NXT Tatum. Yeah, Tatum Paxley. That's a fine-ass photo of her. God damn. Oh, sorry. Focus. Now, let's see what they do with that. Can someone look up exactly, and this is just for me, can someone please look up how many people are going to be in the women's match? Ladies and gentlemen, the Savior, Drew Usher, is here. Who's up right now as far as Super Chats? Noel Jimenez is up with $90. $90 is the amount to beat. SD Kai has bowed out. He said he's not donating anymore after $87. So there you go. But first place is Noel Jimenez with 90. Second place is SD Kai with 87. Drew Usher. So they're saying it's 5-on-5. Okay, then yeah, Charlotte should join the heels, and then Bayley and, of course, our favorite Lyra Valkyria, not really, should join the baby faces. Maybe you can have Julia join the heels. We'll play that one by ear. We'll play it by ear. This is a good international championship match. I wonder where's Corporate Clyde? Where is Corporate Clyde? Where is Corporate Clyde? People are telling me it's supposed to be 5-on-5. Okay. 5-on-5 it is. 5-on-5 it is. So what do y'all think? Do y'all agree with the idea of Charlotte going heel and then bringing in Bayley and Lyra? We'll see. The first of two, the last time is now tournament matches. John Cena retirement retirement match. LA Knight, nope. That one's later. I'm sorry. Jey Uso versus The Miz was the first match. And then it was LA Knight versus Zack Ryder. But fast-paced match. Miz hits the skull-crushing finale. Jey Uso kicks out. Love seeing Miz do the tribute to John Cena. But Jey ends up dropping Miz in the corner and beat him with the top rope Uso splash. 1, 2, 3. Jey advances. Yeet. So, Jey's moving on in the tournament. Match number 2 was LA Knight. Yeah! Taking on the mystery opponent, who ended up being Zack Ryder. Radio. Also known as Matt Cardona. It was nice to see him come back. He got a nice pop. Match was good. Very good match. I did not think Zack Ryder was going to win, but it was nice to see him hit the Rough Rider, get that near fall. But Knight ended up retaining. BFT 1, 2, 3. So LA Knight advances. Jey Uso advances. I still have no idea how this tournament works. We're still in the first round. John Cena's retirement match is literally a month away, which is 4 weeks from now. They better figure it out quickly. Let me see here. I believe next up was the United States Championship Open Challenge, which was Ilya Dragunov versus Axiom. So, yet another great match. They're still building to Ciampa versus Ilya in the future. You know that match is going to be a banger. Hopefully, we'll do that at Survivor Series. But Ilya versus Axiom, we called this when he had that classic match with Nathan Frazier. He's now having this match with Axiom. This match was awesome. I thought, once again, Ilya Dragunov made his opponent look great because it's not about winning. It's about enduring the toughness. Pain will entertain you. And Axiom got a lot of crazy spots. Great tribute to Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. So remember that DDT spot from their Halloween Havoc 1997 match where Rey Mysterio did the backflip into a DDT on Eddie? They did that spot in this match. Magnificent. A very hard-hitting match, by the way. Axiom got the piss beat out of him. Love the Spanish Fly, by the way. Nice Spanish Fly. But the H-Bomb gets the win. Ilya Dragunov continues to have the best segment of the entire show. The match that steals the show. I don't want this to end. I hope it goes on forever. Forever. Let's see here. Drew Usher says, I should have just kept my title. Oh, well, congrats. Well, Drew, come for the world title. Remember, Drew, Ryder Nogales is over here saying he's probably not gonna make Survivor Series. So go for the world title, Drew Usher. Couldn't hurt for you to go for the world title. That's if Corpse CA doesn't want it, of course. All right, where was I? I believe next is that segment with Sami Zayn, right? I just want to be sure I don't miss anything. Yes, we did get Nick Aldis talking to R-Truth and Chelsea Green, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so Sami Zayn's promo talked about winning the U.S. title from Solo, wrestling John Cena, and then being sidelined and forced to watch Solo and the MFTs run wild. And then the Solo group, the MFTs, show up with Solo. He called Sami selfish and disloyal and promised to destroy him. And then Sami revealed, I'm cleared, bitch. I'm rich, bitch. No. And then that's when we get Nakamura, Phoenix, the Motor City Machine Guns come out. They all run off the MFTs, and there you go. The return of the Survivor Series 5-on-5. Team Sami versus Team MFT. Cool. Was kind of hoping for the Wyatt 6, but bro Wyatt? The Bro Wyatt. Bro Wyatt, bro. Woo, woo, woo. No. Bo Dallas. I mixed up. Bray and Bo. You get bro. Bo Dallas is off right now, taking care of family business, so he will not be around. He's going to miss this match. So they did the Solo Sami 5-on-5 instead. Sounds good to me. Not complaining about that. Let's see here. Jay Cargill literally just ran through BFAB. Wasn't even a match. Like, she actually thought it was going to be a challenge. You will not. Why am I speaking with a British accent? You will not stand up to the Jade of the Cargill. I don't know where I was going with that. But anyways, Jade Cargill ran through her, and then she got it in Mia Yim's face. And there you go. It's going to be another squash match, because why not? Squash everybody. Everybody. Nick Aldis makes some more first-round matches, because, of course, we need more. Carmelo Hayes versus Bronson Reed. Yikes. And then Penta Cero Miedo versus Finn Balor. Sounds good to me. So I'm assuming Miz costs Carmelo Hayes the match next week. Cool. So after that, main event. No. Video package. Zelina Vega and Alyx Black. Boy, Zelina. Woo! Zelina Vega is so much better as a manager than she was as a wrestler. I'm sorry. It's the truth. I love her, but she works out better as a heel manager. But yeah, this is great. This pairing between Alyx Black and Zelina is already a main event. Already a main event worry. But there's gonna be some type of a match between him and Damian Priest in the future. Probably Hell in a Cell if they really want to do that. And then the main event was Bronson Reed versus the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, which goes to a DQ because Braun Breaker interferes, attacks Cody. And then we get Logan Paul coming out. We get the Usos coming out. No CM Punk. And then Drew McIntyre shows back up, who was supposed to be suspended. And he joins in on WarGames. Yay. So we're not going to get Drew and Cody. We're not going to get Drew and Cody at Survivor Series, but they're going to be in the WarGames match. All right, so I'm assuming Drew pins Cody in the WarGames match to get his title match again. They're setting Drew up to win the world title. You can tell, because he's becoming a pain in the ass for Nick Aldis. A massive pain in the ass for Nick Aldis. So, there you go. If you were worried about Drew not winning the belt, it's probably not going to happen this year. It'll probably happen at Royal Rumble, but he's definitely winning the belt. And that's also when Randy Orton will cost Cody, and we find out that the person who attacked Jacob Fatu was Randy Orton. So a lot of moving pieces, but for the most part, that is going to be SmackDown, if I'm not mistaken. Is that SmackDown? Yeah, that's SmackDown. All right, then. So just to recap, here's where we sit with the last time is now tournament, the John Cena final match retirement tournament. We have Sheamus, Nakamura, Rusev, Damian. Well, hold up. Hold up for a minute. Let me see here. Sheamus, Nakamura, yeah. Rusev, Damian Priest, Jey Uso, The Miz, LA Knight, Zack Ryder, Gunther, Javon Evans, Solo Sikoa, Finn Balor, Penta, Carmelo Hayes, Bronson Reed, and whoever the hell is going to be the final person, which will most likely be Joe Hendry. But I'm praying it's Oba Femi. If Oba Femi's music hits on Raw, I'm going to be so happy. Ho, ho, boom, the ruler. We'll have to see. It'll probably be Joe Hendry, though. Say his name, man. So, let's just go down the list really quickly. So, Nakamura is out. So, let's take out Nakamura. Damian Priest is out. Miz is out. Zack Ryder is out. So, that leaves... Let me see. Gunther, Javon Evans, Solo, Finn Balor, Penta, Carmelo Hayes, Bronson Reed, and whoever the fuck is that mystery opponent. So there you go. That's the remaining people. Who we think is going to fight John Cena? Who's the world champ right now? The world Super Chat champ or the world champ on WWE? The Super Chat champ is Raul Nagales. Raul Nagales already said he's not going to be, more than likely not going to defend his belt at Survivor Series. So what y'all think? How we feeling about the tournament? Let me know in the comments in the live chat. So yeah, let me go ahead and let you guys take the floor. I think it's safe to say that Noel Jimenez is going to win. I think SD Kai has decided he's buying out. Unless you want to continue, SD Kai. Would you like to continue? You got the... Wait, what are you calling yourself? Do you want to be known as the ruler? Noel Jimenez, you want to be known as the ruler? We can do that. We can call you the ruler. Number one stunner. But it's looking like SD Guy has conceded, and we're gonna have a new Super Chat champ. King of Mike Todd says TNA has been better than SmackDown. You really should give TNA a shot as well. I'd love to see a review of TNA. SD Kai says, I hope it's me versus you at Mania. We'll see. We'll see. Well, we'll see. Well, right now, Noel, the amount to beat is $90. I don't think... I'm just going to assume that Corp CA is not going to defend, or not defend, regain the title. So I'm just going to get this ready. But yeah, give me your scores. Give me your grades for our Friday night SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. Because I did see... Hold on one second. I did see a lot of positive scores, as it should, because I thought tonight's episode of SmackDown was good. I didn't think it blew me away, like, oh my god, one of the greatest shows of all time. I still think the best episode of SmackDown was AJ Lee coming back. That's still my favorite SmackDown, at least when it comes to 2025. That's my favorite. But not every episode is going to be AJ Lee returning. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay, Corp CA says, keep my international title warm for me, because when you hear the shattered glass hitting the ground, it won't be Stone Cold coming. It'll be me walking over your shattered dreams. Give me a hell yeah, and that's the bottom line. Cause Corporate Clyde said so. NB Convos, by the way, the premier reaction channel here in the YouTube space. NB Convos Wrestling Edition says, that's a tough one to call. This is it for Cena. It has to be memorable. Will he put over an up-and-coming Obafemi, or would it be a former rival? SmackDown was a collective 7.5. B-Fab match was weak. Was the weak point of the night. Jade needed to look strong, but still. Okay, 7.5 isn't bad at all. By the way, it's good to have B back. Good to have you back, B. Let's see here. When will AJ Lee return? I have no idea. I'm assuming around WrestleMania season, right? I'm definitely assuming we'll see her for WrestleMania season. But definitely something to think about. Have you seen the new Michael Jackson trailer? Can I talk about that? Do you guys mind, please? The Michael Jackson trailer coming out April 2026. Well, the trailer came out, but the movie's coming out April 2026. Y'all, it looks good. It actually looks damn good. So here's a little bit of interesting data or interesting news about this movie. So the person playing Michael Jackson is Michael's nephew. It's the son of Jermaine, one of the Jackson 5s. And they say he not only sounds like Michael, in some instances when filming, he looks just like Michael. The black Michael Jackson, of course. You know, Michael has different versions of him. But actually, no. So I heard that when Michael goes white, because there's black and white, it don't matter if you're black or white. They actually had his nephew, actually go through the process of taking over Michael's entire look. Like they painted him, like they painted his entire skin white. So yeah, I think They're going all in with it. And I gotta say, man, it looks really good. It looks really good. Big fan of Michael Jackson. Grew up with Michael Jackson. I think he's the greatest. And this is not me kissing ass or exaggerating. I truly believe that he is the greatest performer of all time. I think he's better than the Beatles. I think he's better than Elvis. I think he's better than Beyonce. I think he's better than name artists here. Michael Jackson's better than them. And I mean that. I believe Michael Jackson is the greatest of all time when it comes to the music industry. All his songs are hits. All his songs went number one. When do you know? Who do you know has the ability to make grown men cry and make women faint? No, not just women, make people faint. People were fainting at Michael Jackson's concerts. Y'all have no idea. Some of you are old enough to remember, but some of y'all too young. You younglings know nothing about Michael. You know nothing about Mr. Jackson, if you're nasty. Michael was the shit, man. Michael is the shit. KB Brown says, calling my shot, I'm coming for a title. Which one? You'll find out when it happens. Okay, well, KB Brown, it's yours to have. Whichever one you want. I love that people are hungry for these belts again. I don't know, Corp CA. Corporate Clyde might have some challengers finally. He might actually have some challengers. It won't be an easy ride. All right. It's official. We have ourselves a new international Super Chat champion, and he calls himself the Ruler. Bum, bum. Noel Jimenez is your international Super Chat champ with a whopping $90 to win the belt. I have a question, Noel. Are you staying on Friday Night SmackDown? Will you be defending the belt on Friday Night SmackDown? Let's see here. Alyx, I booked my cameo to Jesse Ventura. However, mine is more of a raw cognizance since he's independent. All I can say is he's a great color commentator. Wow. Thank you. First off, great. Hot take, Michael Jackson is better than Justin Bieber. That's not a hot take. That's a fact. Justin Bieber wishes he was good as Michael. He will never be as good as Michael. Noel Jimenez says, now as the Ruler, no more SmackDown Open challenges. Daily, weekly, every 2 weeks. Going heel on y'all. Oh, really? This guy said, well, I'm not defending it every week. I'm going every 2 weeks. Are you serious? So every 2 weeks, do you want to do it that way? Actually, sorry, Noel. It is a weekly belt, so you'll have to defend it every Friday. You'll have to defend it every Friday. So you got Raw or SmackDown. So since you said Friday Night SmackDown, I'm going to assume it's SmackDown. If you want to defend the belt monthly, here's what you can do, Noel. You can win the world title at Survivor Series, and then you can just defend that monthly. Every pay-per-view. And then what you can do, if you go for the world title at Survivor Series and you win that, the second place winner will get the international belt, and then that guy can defend the belt weekly. If you want to do that. Noel Jimenez says he's moving it. Oh, wait, are you serious? You want to move it to Dynamite? Because I'll do it. Look, we can move this international title to Dynamite. If you want to do it. Because I'll do it. I don't care. We want to do it on Dynamite? Every Wednesday? Yo, oh my goodness. Okay. No takebacks, because we'll do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Noel Jimenez has pulled a heel move and said he is taking the international title off of Friday Night SmackDown and moving it to AEW Dynamite on Wednesdays. Okay, done. You got it. Is anyone going to come for him? Now, the amount to beat is 90. I wonder if this is going to make people donate. I see what he's doing. He's trying to make people donate and stop him from taking the title off of Friday Night SmackDown. Smart. It's a good heel move. That's a good heel move on his part. Remember, y'all can take this belt anytime. But I have a feeling, though. I have a feeling that I think they're going to have to let Noel take this belt. Gonna have to let him take this belt and think about bringing it back. And that's actually smart, too, because Corp CA doesn't watch AEW. So, oh, man. Oh, that's dirty. That's dirty. I love it, though. I love it. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, he's going to force me to watch AEW. I'm cool with it. KB Brown says he's coming for the world title. All right, so that's it. Survivor Series. I do hate that Noel is not Noel. I love Noel. I don't hate anybody. I meant to say I do hate that Ronwell Nogales is probably going to have to drop the belt because of financial issues, which, it is what it is. That can't be helped. You know what I mean? But hey, whether or not Ronwell defends the belt at Survivor Series, I do want to let Ronwell Nogales, the chosen one, the unwicked, when he's in the building, you the twos, and he's the one, I am number one. I want to thank him because in August, he did something that no one was doing since our good friend 3 Diggers left. He dropped a whopping $500 to get that belt. So he's earned this reign. And it's sad that he's probably not going to be able to finish it. Was kind of hoping we can get him and Corp CA to Royal Rumble. But if he's dipping out on Survivor Series, then it's always good to have him. It's always good to have him around. It's appreciated, but he's not going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. He ain't going nowhere. All right, so it's official. Every week on AEW Dynamite, there it is. It is official. The title has been moved off of Fridays. Wow. So I'll be watching Dynamite every week. I'm cool with it. I ain't complaining. I am not complaining whatsoever. Quite honestly. Maybe SmackDown. Because honestly, SmackDown's going 3 hours. I might have to skip some of that. So you probably saved me. There. Noel Jimenez. So. Okay, so I think that's going to do it, right? Yep, there it is. Every week on AEW Dynamite. Noel Jimenez is your new international champ. I think that's gonna do it. I don't see anything else. Here. Yeah. That's gonna conclude the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for making me a part of your day. Great donations tonight. You love to see it. Almost $200. I think we're at what? So that's 90, 87. It's about, well, then other people donated as well because Brad Cheney did 10. So 187? 187. Not bad. Some good shit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for making me a part of your day. as you all know, we'll be live every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday. So be sure you check out all my live streams, do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. So next week is going to be interesting. So that Dynamite on Wednesday will be the go-home show to next Saturday, which is going to be Full Gear. We'll be up here to review Full Gear. And then after that will be Survivor Series week. And then 2 weeks after Survivor Series is John Cena's final match. So whoever wins the world title at Survivor Series, the Super Chat world title, you'll have to turn around and defend that belt on John Cena's final match. And then that'll be it for you for the rest of the year until Royal Rumble next year. You'll have more than a month to save up for that event. So, yes, like the video. Thank you for supporting the channel. Please go follow A&B Combos, Wrestling Logistics. They are family. And yeah, that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for joining me. I love you all. And I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's world. The place it is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Peace.
When you're